meeting has officially come to order. Let us all say the pledge. I am a nice shark, not a mindless eating machine. If I am to change this image, I must first change myself. Fish are friends, not food.
All right, guys, welcome back. Here we are, part 16. Could this be the video? Well, all we can do is work, and hopefully here in the next 18 minutes, if that's the length of this video, we'll see where we're at. All right, so the big thing right now, and the takeaway is to build this wall. I can't do anything until the wall is in right here. So we're heading for the top, and I need that because I got to put the plywood on, obviously right here and over here, and I need that so that I can bring the pipe around to grab the chamber 2 right here and start putting everything together. So we're going to blow out this wall real quick, and then I think we're going to move right to raising the chambers with the deck that I talked about in video 15. So with that being said, let's stop talking and get rolling. This wall obviously got installed. I put some plywood on the bottom, so if in the event that there was ever like a leak, I did not want the drywall to be sucking up the water. So this piece of 3/4 plywood here is probably 12, 14 inches tall, and I painted the bottom of it so, you know, worst case, you know, it would not be able to suck up water. And the same with over here. So now this wall is finished and completed all the way to the end.
You're an inspiration to all of us, Amy.
There's the Jessinator. Give me a thumbs up, buddy. We're getting it. Jack's actually wrapping up the final cut on this drywall. Let me stand back here so you guys can see this.
We're gonna do this as a family. Frankie, I want you to take Lenny out, show him the ropes.
Oh, come on, Pop.
Son, you're gonna learn how to be a shark.
There's a little bit of eye candy here. Look at this here. Let me walk down here. Majority of the board is up. We actually ran out of some green board. Had to throw a piece of white on there. All the walls are insulated except for right there. Here's the doorway. And actually we had to get this done because the drywall dust is going to be all over the place. So I kind of had to change gears here, stop in the filtration system and get the rest of the walls built. Because I know once I get into mudding and taping and sanding, this dust is going to get everywhere. So we had to stop. Like it's already getting on the floor. All right, that is the update. Things are looking good. I'll walk back up here to the front. All right, there we go. That's looking good.
All right, come on. Eye of the tiger. Frankie, I can do this! What if I can't do this?
Then don't bother coming home.
Good point! All right.
All right, guys, welcome back to another edition of the 1,000 Gallon Aquarium. And here we are on part 16. and we got Jesse just painting the front board of the 1,000-gallon aquarium stand. You're seeing the little cutouts right there. We don't need to paint those because this is going to go right there, and those cutouts are on the left and right side. So in time, I have access on the front side of the aquarium to get down inside here if in an event something goes sour. But if you're looking real close, here's kind of a tattletale hiding over here on chamber 2. That's going to probably seal the deal for those who are wondering. And what you're looking at is 2 Aqua C EV1000 protein skimmers. And they are hiding down inside of chamber 2. And those are a workhorse. Matter of fact, you don't really see these often. There's so many different styles of protein skimmers nowadays. And this one's kind of gone away by the wayside because the technology has changed so much. But feel free to look up the EV1000 protein skimmers by AquaSea, and you're going to learn a lot. This is a whole different style, but that thing is an absolute workhorse. So that being said, after all these videos, and obviously this is part 16, I've decided to not do freshwater. We are going to do saltwater here on the 1,000-gallon aquarium.
He likes bubble.
So that might upset a couple of you that are in the freshwater community, but obviously it's going to bring on a whole new clientele with the hobbyists that are in saltwater. So let me take you down here, down the hallway. You can see a lot of the drywall has been installed. The wall is up. And actually I insulated the entire wall. So we have some sound deadening. And the board is up on both sides. And here's our new doorway. So there we go. So we're fully enclosed. It's actually kind of echoing here. So the next step here is to build this this raised floor for the chambers. Well, we can call these. What do we got? We got chamber 1 over there, which is going to be the sock filtration. So nothing really changes there when it comes to salt water. Chamber 2, which was going to be the plant tank, is now going to be housing the twin protein skimmers. We still roll into chamber 3, which is that 120-gallon sump over here. But out of that chamber 3, we're going to go to chambers 4 and 5. Now before, we talked about this, where the one chamber was going to be filled with lava rock and the other chamber was going to be filled with the K2 media for the biological filtration of the freshwater system. So really, the only change now to convert this over is you're going to see that these 2 chambers will now be filled with live rock.
That's good.
Both of them, from the bottom to the top. And they're still going to be in this position right here on the raised platform. So that's the only modification. You're still going to have the paper filter. All the plumbing is still the same. As I was building this over the last couple months, and it does take time, and I know you guys want this to be done a lot faster, but you know, life gets in the way. There's a lot going on. It's always been in the back of my mind to do this in saltwater. I just haven't pulled the trigger until literally 3 days ago. So everything is going to work. There might be a couple little things that you see get added on as time goes by. And one of the things I do want to point out, there's a lot of different styles of saltwater. And I'm not going to go all out reef here. In reality, it's probably going to be that of what they call a Fowler system, fish only with live rock.
It's a transport tag for fish who can't cut it inside the Institute. They get transferred to permanent digs, an aquarium in Cleveland.
And there's a lot of information on the internet that you can do in regards to that. So the tank being 4 foot in depth, that would be kind of difficult to do an all-out full reef. because it's literally too deep. Now, based on how I do the aquascaping, which is going to be really fun, I mean, it is possible that as the rocks rise over here in this area, and you're going to see how this gets developed and laid out. Now, granted, I could put a couple pieces on the top, but we'll play with that as time goes by. But that's where we're at, guys. We're going saltwater. I mean, a lot of you guys might be kind of in the back of your mind, man, if I had that tank, there's no way in the world I'd have done freshwater. That'd have been saltwater from day one.
Cleveland fish, stay there forever.
Cleveland? No, I can't go to the Cleveland.
So, and like I said, that's always been kind of in the back of my mind. And I think it's only right with a tank of this magnitude, with that coast to coast on the back and a holding capacity of 1,000 gallons of water, it's only right to go saltwater on this one. There's a lot of freshwater tanks out there, and I think when it comes to saltwater, this kind of is in its own little category, so something of this magnitude. All right, with that being said, let's keep building, because I think we're really closing in on this. You can see I got the drywall now on the bottom in front of the stand with the 2 openings, and I've got the corner bead already put in right here, and on these openings, which in reality I'm probably not going to ever get to, but I wanted to have the ability that if I needed access to the front of the stand that I could not get obviously from the back side, I could come up here, move the couch, and open up these panels and get to where I got to get. But as you notice, there's also J-bead that I put on right here around this inner perimeter so that drywall would not be exposed. So all that is now in position. I have to do the window on the right, which is coming up. But the thing I wanted to point out real quick is this angle of the tank, which you guys don't normally see. And I talked about the house drain. You can see the pipe back there, and that's the one that I cut in a couple of videos back on that 2 3-inch return lines back to the main tank. If you remember, we put in that sweep T so that I can have the ability to do a water change. So there's that temporary pipe right there. And what we want to do is we want to tie into this drain, which is the main one of the main drains that leave the house. So we've got a 3-inch here. Now I've already taken off, there was a cap right here. I took off the cap and I put on this threaded connector, and then I reduced it down to a 2-inch. So there's a 2-inch nipple up inside here, and then we did a hard 90. And I've got this cap right now because that methane gas, which comes from the septic tank outside, we don't want to smell that. So the other thing we have to kind of accommodate for, well, we have to accommodate because we don't want that methane gas working its way back into the filtration system. So you can see I have a trap here. Now I don't have this glued yet, but we're going to put this right here. There's going to be a little bit of an offset here to get to that 2x4, and this trap here will be filled with water in time, and it'll block it, right, so that methane gas cannot work its way around and over into the 120-gallon sump. So this is critical to have this installed within this system, and that water line will always be through here, and that'll stop the gas from working its way back around and onto the filtration system. All right, guys, we got it. We are completely drywalled. Look at that. Man, that changed the whole downstairs. So the corner bead is on, which in this case, not too much. It's only this corner here and the one way down there. And here on the corner, you can see that I've actually got the drain pipe fully put together, and that works its way to the back side of the tank. Now in time, this is going to get boxed in also, but at least that drain pipe is there, and I was capable of getting that last piece on the far right side. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to tape and mud this entire thing. All the stuff is right here. And let me just take you down here real quick. Now we got a fully enclosed room for this 1,000 gallon saltwater system. And just let me show you this real quick. There's that pipe coming through from the other side. Now that sweep T right there will connect with that T right there. Actually, I got the pipe already made up, which is this right here. So that's up and coming. And that will break through. You're going to see a 90 right here. I've got to mount some unistrut on the stand, and then it's going to grab that pipe right there, and then there will be another T that'll be in this line that'll grab chambers 5 and 6 if in the event that I need to drain those. Is done. I got a little ahead of myself. We're so focused on the filtration system that I didn't really think about the walls. So I had to stop because obviously we're going to get a lot of dust here from sanding and making everything kind of dialed in. So we're looking good now. All right, but that's where we're at. We are fully set up. We're going to go ahead and mud this up, and guess we're going to see you guys on part 17. But hey, we're getting it. That's looking good. All right. Say see ya.
Yeah, Mom.
See ya, Mom. All right. And there's your weenie catfish. All right. Till then, stay fishy, my friends. Oh, wait a second. That's that other channel. We're out of here.